The best putters in the world get 4 things right when they make putts: a perfect setup, a perfect stroke, a perfect speed, and a perfect direction. Seymour's patented and proven rifle scope technology putting system helps golfers improve all 4 areas. Here's how. First, get in a comfortable posture. Square the face to the target line using the putter's alignment line. Then hide the red dot. Doing these 3 things will set you up in an optimal stance, square to the putter, square to the target line, and with your head, shoulders, hips, and hands in alignment. Now you're locked onto the target, like radar, free to putt with confidence the same way every time. Take your game to the next level by becoming a great putter with a Seymour.
Okay, Jim, so here's your golf swings from your lesson today from 2 different angles. What I wanted to pinpoint, you and your dad kind of struggle with the same issues. Let's just use this angle here with you on both swings. You're both it's the same video, so you're both at address here. I'm going to put the right video at impact.
Okay.
And you can see how there's really not much change from the address position to the impact position. The only way if we blocked out your upper body and we just focused on what's in the box, you would almost think that it's the same picture.
Yeah.
Right? You can tell it's different because your shoulders have changed. All right. So what we're trying to focus on and get you to be more consistent. The inconsistency factor comes from when your hands move too much and your body doesn't move at all.
Okay.
And when your hips are in that position at address, it lends itself for you to flip your hands or roll your wrists, let's say in baseball,
Yeah.
in that hitting zone. We want to get you into that position.
Right.
All right. So if you start to move your hips from the top of your backswing and open up your golf club or open up your stance here as you swing through, the more your hips and shoulders open up, the less your hands have to do the work.
Okay.
All right. Your body is going to square the club face instead of your wrists.
Yeah.
All right. That's going to help you keep the golf club in more of a square position through the impact area, and your ball won't go 40 yards to the right and then 10 yards to the left, or up and down in really various different areas. The more you spray the ball, the more active your hands are, and the less your body works.
Okay.
Okay. Here is your position. Now let's talk about the impact position. So here's your pressure trace. Here's your feet on the pressure mat. When you get to the top of your backswing, all right, one thing I want you to do is keep feet on the ground.
Right.
That's your only link to generate power and force. So when you get to the top of your backswing,
try and not do that.
yeah, just stay loaded, firm on the ground. Turn your upper body. You're a young guy. Yeah, you can turn. You can twist like a corkscrew. All right. So because what happens here is you're going to have to plant the foot, then start your body.
Yeah.
Right. And rather than just keeping your body planted and make the turn. All right. We talked about there's a big swing arc that you swing the golf club on. The ball should be played right in the middle of your swing arc when you hit iron shots. And when you get to the impact area, the weight of your body and the handle of the club should be in front of the golf ball at impact. That's going to give you that good, solid base hit feel.
Yeah.
Right? So here's your impact area. Right? And I wish I had Tiger on a pressure mat to see what he was like. But there's your impact. You see how 80% of your weight is still on the back side of your foot, and 80% of the weight should be on the front side of your foot.
Okay.
All right. So I did this drill with your dad. What I want you to do as well is I want you to just line a golf ball up next to your left foot. You're going to set the golf club here, and then you're just going to make that swing where you're shifting your weight forward.
Yeah.
All right, and that's going to help you go through the motion to shift your weight a little better. All right. So just to recap, the drills that I want you to work on, are the 9 o'clock to 3 o'clock drill. That's the half swing back and half swing forward. That's going to make your hips rotate.
Okay.
We call this the reach drill, where you put the ball forward on your left foot and you reach forward to hit the golf ball when you're actually hitting it.
Yeah.
And if you're kind of just stuck, you know, with 6 inches of snow all around you for the next 3 weeks, put a golf club up against the corner of the door or the sofa, and then just work your way. Right, just work your way from the impact. Right, you would go from. Let me see here. I don't have him address. Let's use him. So you would go from address to impact, address to impact, without any backswing. Just keep it up there and then turn the body. Yeah. Right, and just that, exactly. That's the position you want to perform that. Right, do that again. There it is. I got you on live version. Yeah, you see when you do that live. Go ahead, do that. See how your weight shifts, and hold it there. See, you're at 65. Yeah. Right, start over. Right, a little reset. There it is. Yeah. Yeah. All right.
Rory McIlroy is only 5'9", 161 pounds. But in the U.S. Open, he bombed his drives an average of over 310 yards. Our question is, how does a golfer Rory's size get so much length off the tee? The key to generating distance is what's called the kinetic chain, drawing energy from the ground up through the legs, through the torso, into the arms, and into the club. And in the middle of that kinetic chain is a critical link, the hips. And it's Rory's extraordinary hip action that caught the eye of Dr. Greg Rose. At the Titleist Performance Institute, Dr. Rose has worked with many of the world's best golfers, including Rory, using technology to analyze aspects of the golf swing that are difficult to see with the naked eye.
Rory's got that beautiful tempo, but as he comes through impact, all of a sudden something very different happens, which makes a lot of us sports science guys look at this and go, wow, what's going on there? If we look at hip speed, most amateurs are around 300 to 350 degrees per second. That's how fast they're rotating. Most tour players are around 550 degrees. Rory gets to this amazing 720 degrees per second on the downswing.
What's truly remarkable about Rory's hip acceleration is that it has another gear, reverse.
So if I'm looking at anatomy, you got to understand your abdominals, they run diagonally. Those are called your oblique abdominals. They start on your rib cage and they run down to your pelvis. So in essence, it's like a rubber band attached to either side. And as that rubber band is contracting, it's going to grab both sides and pull them closer together. So in Rory's case, those abdominals fire so hard, it actually takes his lower body and it actually spins it in the opposite direction. Right there, it's actually moving 377 degrees per second the opposite direction, which is just crazy.
In other words, for a split second, Rory's hips actually move backward faster than most golfers ever move their hips forward. This reverse rotation is extremely rare. Out of the hundreds of pros he's analyzed, Dr. Rose has only seen it a handful of times. And while it isn't the key to Rory's length, it's an amazing indicator of the intense torque Rory uses to generate ball speeds of over 175 miles per hour, among the fastest in the world. Of course, Rory McIlroy didn't win the U.S. Open just by being long off the tee. His ball striking helped him set the Open record, hitting an amazing 62 out of 72 greens in regulation. For ESPN Sports Science, I'm John Brinkus.
Well, the most important thing in a golf swing to me is the movement of the lower body from the top of the swing. And if you don't mind, I'll demonstrate. First off, you start down below with your knees and your hips. At the top of the swing, you move the lower part of your body, not your shoulders, the lower part of your body, letting your arms and hands follow, bringing you into position to hit. But this is the first movement, there. Then you release at the bottom. Most people do it entirely opposite. They rotate their shoulders first instead of their lower body. As a result, they come across the ball and hit the outside of the ball instead of the back of it. If you don't mind, I'll hit a ball, and the first thing to watch is what starts first from the top of the swing.